it reset my microphone. I saw that one. When it resets my microphone, it makes me wonder if it reset everything else, which... Do I want to check if it reset everything else? Means if it reset my mic... Wait, no? What? It didn't... okay, so it reset my mic, but thankfully it didn't reset the other thing somehow. So it just fucks me over, specifically. Alright, man. As you can see, I already have the art open. Because I was drawing it earlier today. Then I took a nap. Then it was dinner time. Then I got on a call. And then I wanted to take another nap, and now we're here. Where's my phone dying? Yeah, let's get drawing, I guess. Boy. Yeah, I forgot to reset the head pat. I want to do another programming string, but I can't do a I can't do a programming string if I don't know what to program. I need to make something funny like the chaotic maker I made. It's like keep forgetting to do. I was gonna do after I made that chaotic maker, where I was gonna turn every artwork I make from then on into a chaotic card, and then I just keep forgetting. So after this one's done, can someone remind me to do that for this artwork? I just think it would be a fun bonus part of the artwork to include. Just make a card out of it. But I can't. As you can see, that program's been done for months, and I've done it maybe twice. So I'm clearly not remembering. My friend played some demos today from the Steam demo thing. Man, that was a demo I was so excited for when I saw it, but my god, we could not get past the tutorial. He played for about 5 minutes on the tutorial, I played for about 10 minutes on the tutorial. Actually, I can check. How much time do I have in the game? How much time did I get trying to fucking complete the tutorial? 14 minutes in the tutorial. And you might be like, oh, is the tutorial hard? I don't know. The tutorial doesn't tell you what to do. I was playing Shinebringers, which is knockoff Harry Potter, which I'm always down for knockoff Harry Potter stuff, because then I'm not indulging actual Harry Potter, you know? I'm always down for knockoff Harry Potter. And the game just doesn't tell you what to do. I'm wandering around with my fucking magical little wand and my spell book. There's a dark crystal that has a health bar, but none of my spells do anything to it. I'm picking up mushrooms and shit. I couldn't figure out what to do. There was no like thing in the corner of the screen being like, now next. That one I think did come out. I played the demo of it when I was in a demo phase. That one I'm pretty sure is out. I haven't played the full game yet though. But yeah, I'm wandering around this fucking game, and the game just doesn't tell me what to do. Like, it's a tutorial. I loaded up the tutorial specifically. Worst mistake, I guess. Shouldn't have done that. I'm an idiot. doesn't tell me what to do. Isn't that the point of a tutorial? To tell you what to do? Is not the point. Anyway, I got rage baited on Reddit again. Fell for it again award. I need to make like a fell for it again award so I can put it on stream. No. We're only for a 5-minute tangent. Fell for it again award. That's way too small. %? 60%. Wow, watch streak. Nice. Yeah, the tutorial didn't tell me what to do. I was wandering around this wizard camp full of dead people, picking up mushrooms, and the game didn't tell me what to do. Quick meme art. How would you do that, though? I made it. I get this out of here. That was a fun tangent. Yeah. Could have made it more legible, but I don't know. But they denied the Bloodborne remake. Dude, Bloodborne's never escaping its prison. Imagine living in a universe where we get the remakes we don't want, but we don't get the remakes we want. Like, what the fuck are company execs doing? We want a Bloodborne remake because they lost the source code. And then they're like, no, you can't have a Bloodborne remake. Meanwhile, they're like, you want a 90th remake of The Last of Us? Even though the original was fine, and the first remake was fine, and the second remake was fine, and the third remake is fine, and the fourth remake... Like, oh yeah, let's get 100 more versions of the fucking Last of Us and New Horizon. Yeah. That's what we want. Eyeball jump scare. I had a better look at one of my hands. I'm gonna need an arc to draw after this because this is gonna be done pretty fast. Okay, I have like one idea. So played the... I don't know if it's just fucking... Like any Lethal Company style game, I feel like the demo is always way too hard. I don't know, I haven't played many outside of their demos. But I played Burglin' Gnomes demo with my friend today. And like, it's just way too hard. At least with 2 people, it's too hard. Like, I feel like you need to have a full 4 group of people to beat the fucking first level. Because they just, like, fucking... The enemies in that game just... There's, like, no counterplay to the enemies. They put you in, like, a little trap. Or they insta-kill you, depends on the map. And the RNG, I guess. But, like, if they choose to insta-kill you, it's like, oh, okay. I'm dead. I don't know, we tried like 5 times, we could not beat level 1. We also just got bad RNG. We stabbed an old man in the ankle with a knife, and he was unfazed, so that's not on us that we lost. He was still able to fucking beat our asses with fucking stabbed ankle. That's Klekka. That one was fun. I guess that one wasn't too hard. I still want to download the full game of Klekka. If I had someone to play it with, I'd download the full game. I loved the demo. I still have the demo. Oh, Klekka's not in early access anymore. It's actually out. Now it's more tempting. But I can play it by myself. It's like full out now. It used to be in early access. As checked. Oh, I want to get it now. I don't have anyone to play Klekka with. Yeah, I don't have anyone to play it with. It would be fun. It's a fun game. Any of my friends own Klekka? No. You gotta get a PC, Salamander. It's kind of expensive now, I guess, because of the bullshit. Wah. I hate the bullshit going on. I want. Well, the bubble's gonna crash any day now, so let's just pray on that. Speaking of bubbles crashing. Yeah. Speaking of bubbles crashing, my friend keeps going like, this ain't gonna crash. But there's been several things talking about how like the gaming industry is gonna crash. And my friend's like, it's not gonna crash. It's making too much money. But there are like 80 things out there that are like game companies are being like, games are too expensive to make. Like game companies saying like games are getting too expensive to make. And I'm like, that sounds like things about to crash type shit from the game companies. I don't know, I think game industry gonna crash. Because it's just like fucking like indie games made for pennies are outselling fucking some big games now. Because big companies have to fucking because big companies are like, we have to put $10 trillion into making it look good, and then forget the gameplay, and then they don't sell well because the gameplay's ass. Then indie game look pretty good, stylistic even, and then make gameplay good, and then shocked Pikachu, you know? I feel like game industry also gonna crash, and that will be a good thing for us. You know, is it? You know, not to talk too much about serious shit, but it really says a lot where if like 5 industries crashed, it would just be good for most of us. Yeah, exactly. And then they have to fucking fire a bunch of people so that the billionaires don't lose money. And then their next game is even worse because they fired everyone. And then it's an infinite cycle. They keep doing it. But no, it's not gonna crash. But no, this is totally sustainable. It's not gonna crash. But anyway, yeah. Well, it's like, not to get too serious, but the fact that if like 9 different industries crashed, it would just be a good thing for 99% of people living on the planet, really says a lot. You know, I'm waiting. I have like a 9 countdown clocks on my wall for certain industries crashing. Then my life will just be better. You know, and two of them are almost there. 2 of them almost crashed, so let's pray. You know, in ideal working capitalism, which this isn't working capitalism, ideal working capitalism, everyone should be like not wanting anything to crash. Every single person. Crashing should be the worst possible thing for everyone in like a working capitalism. But no, everything crashing is like the best scenario. Anyway, let's talk about something fun. Like me getting rage baited on reddit.com for the 90th time because I have too much compassion and hope in my heart that I just have to give these people the benefit of the doubt. And thus I get rage baited. I'm just too angelic and saint-like of a person. I'm just too perfect, man. My heart has too much hope and compassion for fucking morons that it makes me easy to rage bait. But dude, I fucking owned them. I owned one of them so fucking hard. Like... There's a fight scene in my head, but I can't remember what it's from. I was gonna say, it felt like this one fight scene in this anime, but like in word form. So I was talking about how in Legend of Korra, because obviously the Rage Baiter is a Legend of Korra fan. Why is the music so loud for me? I have it on like minimum, and I keep having to try to turn it down. Weird. Anyway, of course this guy was a Legend of Korra fan, right? I was like, because it was on a post of female characters who are overhated for having 1 or 2 minor flaws, and like I fucking hate these posts because they're always rage bait posts. It's like female characters who people hate for 1 or 2 minor flaws, even though they're actually complicated and nuanced or whatever. You know, or like female characters that people only hate because they're a girl, and they show like the most despicable humans alive who are women. It's like, nah, bro, they're just bad. It's not sexism. They're just bad people. Like, so there were 2 on here that I knew were gonna show up because they always show up. First one was Korra. And someone said, I don't get why Korra gets all this undeserved hate. She made like 1 or 2 mistakes. It's like, okay. Korra got told by Kung Fu Jesus. Kung Fu Jesus descended from the heavens and said, Korra, don't do that thing. That is a bad idea. And then Kung Fu Satan descended from the heavens and said, Korra, you should totally do that thing. And then Korra does that thing, and it has drastic consequences. One of the consequences being it caused like a couple 100 people to go homeless. This is all in the show, by the way. I'm not making any of this up. This is all real. A couple 100 people go homeless, and they're like, Korra, we're homeless now. What are we gonna do? What are you gonna do to fix our homelessness? And she said, man, I did a good thing. Fuck you. Fuck you, homeless person. Eat my ass. And that's basically what Korra said. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's a reason to hate her. That's a really good reason to hate Korra. Because she never Never in the whole show does she backpedal. She always thinks she made the right decision, even when it causes a world war. Her decision causes homelessness, and then it causes a world war. And then this guy, he's like, clearly, you didn't watch the show, or like, you're leaving out some nuance to make Cora seem like a bad person. First off, she didn't know that her uncle was Satan. And I'm like, you fucking fell into my trap. Because at first she didn't know her uncle was Satan. And then when her uncle revealed herself to be Satan, she did the thing, dooming millions of people knowingly to save one person. And then when she had the opportunity, once everyone was saved, you know, via Deus Ex Machina, right? Once she had the opportunity to undo her bad decision and save everyone's lives, she willingly chose not to. Explicitly, they have dialogue about it. I'm like, oh, look who's leaving out context now. And I just felt so fucking good. Like, you fucking idiot, I got you. You fool. The other one is Caitlyn from Arcane Season 2, specifically. And I didn't partake in the Arcane fandom because Season 2 was so shit. Season 2, by the way, again, watch Season 1 of Arcane and then just don't watch Season 2. Season 1 is perfect. There are like, I literally could not find a flaw with Season 2. Or sorry, Season 1. In Season 2, I could not find a good thing. Season 1, there are no flaws. Season 2, there are no good things. Caitlyn gasses civilians to death in Season 2. And I'm like, yeah, she's evil in Season 2. He literally becomes a fascist, and that's not a joke. That's not an exaggeration. If you asked the writer and the director, they would say, yes, she is supposed to represent fascism in her arc where she becomes a fascist dictator. It's not a stretch. It's the intended. That is the intended, like, perception you're supposed to have. That's what they want you to think, and they succeed at it, you know? And this guy goes, wow, just calling everyone who's slightly evil a fascist? You're an idiot. It's like, she is. She's such a she's gassing civilians. And she's a dictator. Not like insult dictator. She has unlimited power. And she uses it to gas civilians. I think that's pretty dictatory. Anyway. And I'm like, so this gas canonically kills you in under 5 minutes if you're exposed to it. And she is gassing civilians for hours at a time, for months at a time. Like, every week of every month, she's gassing like a city block for like an hour. So people are dying. 100% innocents are dying. In fact, if you asked the writers, I think they would tell you that innocents died. And they're like, yeah, all to get one person. And that person, yes, I've mentioned this a few times. That person was hiding in their own house, and no one checked her house for months. It's insane. It's such a poorly written season. No one decided to check her house. Why would she be in her house? Lol. You know, we don't need to check her for evidence or anything. Anyway, this person says to me, when is it established that the Grey kills people in 5 minutes? Because that's the name of the cast. It's called the Grey. And I'm like, in Season 1, you didn't watch season 1, you know the scene where the guy pumps the gray into a room? And in a scene that lasts less than 5 minutes, we watch everyone choke to death on the gas. They die. They're canonically dead. If you only saw season 1, which clearly this person didn't watch season 1. If you only saw season 1, you could maybe argue that they lived. But they're part of a council, and that council is consisting, instead of consisting of like 8 people, consists of like 3 people in the next season, and none of them are the same people. They died. By the way, season 2 takes place like a day later. It's not like it's been so long that they've changed positions. They're dead. Those guys died. They're gone. It's canonical they died in that scene. So I'm like, you just didn't watch season 1. Like, isn't it always funny that when people like the bad season, the bad movie, the bad video game entry, they've never played, seen, or watched the first one, the good one? Like, it's always baffling. It's like, watch the good one. Why are you watching season 2 without watching season 1, man? One thing I think it is that there are people, and fuck these people, I don't respect them. There are people who are like, when they hear something's popular, they'll wait until like season 2 drops, and then they'll jump on the bandwagon so that they can be a part of the season 2 hype. But then, or like same with a show or a video game, and then they'll rush the first entry. They'll rush the first game or not play it. They'll rush the first movie, the first season, etc. just so that they can be part of the hype culture. And then because they know the first thing was so loved, they kind of just like gaslight themselves into liking the second thing. And I think that's what these people are. This person who likes fucking Caitlyn from season 2. I think it's 100% someone who just jumped on the bandwagon, rushed through season 1, so that they can be a part of the hype train in season 2. Unfortunately, season 2 was dog ass. So... I don't know, it's just so baffling. Well, like, something I notice a lot, and I hate that I have to point it out. You know, because it kind of hurts my side, or my side in a different issue, right? But I hate that I have to point it out. But if a character is gay, people will excuse them for any evil that they do. If a fictional character is, like, gay or something, people will excuse them to the ends of the earth. And I hate that I have to point that out, but it is 100% true. Especially with there being so many bad writers writing gay stuff. You know, with so many shitty writers writing gay things, they accidentally make a lot of really evil gay characters. And then because they're gay, people excuse their evilness, and it's not healthy for anyone. And I'm just like, man, can't we have like a morally good gay person for once? Please. Yeah, and Caitlyn's gay, by the way. So, like, people are I'm pretty sure most people are just excusing her because she's gay. 100%. Because it's happened a million times. I've played these games before. I've played these games before. Honestly, when's the last... Oh, I remember. I was gonna say, when's the last time there was a gay character in something that, like, wasn't accidentally evil? Deadpool 1? Or was that Deadpool 2? Which Deadpool is the gay girl in? Is it 1 or 2? I think it's 1. Right? I haven't seen Deadpool in forever. Like in a trillion years. It was 1, right? Was it 2? I think she's in the first one, but she's not revealed to be gay till the second one. I think that's what it is. I don't remember her being evil. I remember her being good. So, fingers crossed that I'm correct on that. So I can have like a smidgen of hope. My smidgen of hope that not every gay character will be evil. Because they like doing that. Also, you could convince me it's a psyop. You could convince me that making all these gay characters evil is a psyop. To be like... You can 100% convince me of that. Just like, you know how like Disney can't write black people? To the extent that I think it's a racist psyop. I think I mentioned that in my server once. Where Disney is so racist when writing black characters that, like, I'm like, it must be a psyop. It has to be a psyop. It's gotta be. Well, that was forever ago. Do you remember when Princess and the Frog came out? That's like the only one. And then it did poorly. And then... the only one where they did good. That one came out like eons ago, dude. Every like recent fucking Disney project with a black character in it, it's like unbelievably racist almost every time. I can't think of one where they weren't. When did Princess and the Frog come out? Yeah, dude, that was 17 years ago. The movie... Yeah, that one does not count. 100%, that one does not count. That's so long. Yeah, that's my conspiracy theory. The Disney psyop. Days go by. Anyway, that's my bad writing rant. Nope. Is Tatiana even a Disney princess? Because, remember, Disney princess, quote around that, is different from a princess that is in a Disney movie. That's a separate thing. Is Tatiana even a Disney princess? I don't think she got the privilege, did she? Let me check. Because, you know, Mulan's not a princess, but she's a Disney princess. Meg, I'm still mad about this. Especially back when I cared about Disney, which I don't really anymore. But Megara 100% should have been canonized as a Disney princess. Like, what the fuck, man? Megara deserves it more than fucking half the bitches on here. The girl from Wish is a Disney princess? No, she's not. That has to be a lie. Where's the official list? I don't think they add anyone to the list anymore. From, like, the official Disney princess list. Yeah, I think that one's fake. That one has to be fake. That one's not real, right? I don't think they add anyone anymore. I think they're mostly keeping it as, like, a legacy thing. I don't think they add anyone anymore. Yeah, I don't think they add anyone anymore. But yeah. Anyway, Megara 100% is a Disney princess, and they're fools for not putting her in. By the way, Megara is only not in for one reason. No, right after Brave, right? I think there was one right after Brave that they put in. Yeah, Moana was after Brave. Moana's a Disney princess. She was like the last one added. Wait, no, Moana wasn't added. No. Moana wasn't added because they were afraid that they'd get in trouble for appropriating Hawaiian culture if they put Moana in. So no, Moana wasn't in. I think. I don't know, it's been a while since I cared about this. Like, actually cared about it. Other than ranting about it for fun. Yeah, Brave might have been the last one then. Yeah, I know she... Was Moana in the gathering? I think Moana did eventually get put in. Because initially she was not. Official Disney princess list. Can I get an official list of the actual official site? Official Disney site, here we go. Official Disney site, here we go. What an ugly-ass art style that they use. Okay, Moana's in it now. Alright. I think initially she wasn't. Okay, the most recent addition is Raya. Which is fucking insane that they put Raya on the list. Because Raya is... No one even remembers Raya and the Last Dragon happened. So it's actually insane that Raya is on the list, officially. So yeah, technically, there's like a 10-year gap between Raya and Merida. There's like a 10-year gap between Raya and Merida. Yeah, it's Raya like this. From Raya and the Last Dragon. If anyone remembers Raya and the Last Dragon, which is no one does, because that movie was dog ass. It's boring. It's forgettable. It's this movie. It's the one with the dragon that looks like Elsa from Frozen. They have a dragon that somehow has Elsa's face because they were doing same face syndrome. The Disney same face syndrome curse. Named Sisu. Has this dragon? Honestly, the dragon should have been the princess. Fuck that. Fuck Raya. We even like Raya. No one. I think a lot of people... Yeah, whatever. I was gonna bring up some lunatic crackpot theory. Because there was a crackpot theory about Raya and the Last Dragon. Shit, now I'll bring up the crackpot theory. So the crackpot theory at the time, which when Raya and the Last Dragon came out, because everyone forgot it came out, because it was just so bad, was at the time, Disney felt like they were really, really pandering to like China, like extra hard. So that's the crackpot theory is they were just cranking out things to appeal to China and the Chinese government for, you know, money, as they do, which a lot of companies do. You can get a lot of money from the Chinese government. As long as you don't say anything bad. Yeah, they shot Mulan at the Chinese concentration camps and were not allowed to comment or help or look at any of the any of the victims. They released like 3 fucking like they released like 4 movies having to do with China. It just felt like and especially with the concentration camps thing. It was like, okay, Disney, you're really pandering. You're really pandering to China. Like, these things don't all happen in a row on a normal circumstance. You're pandering. We know. We know what you're doing. You know, they were editing, at the time, they were also editing some of their movies to be more China-friendly. In a way that made a lot of people upset. Like, you know, cutting out all the gay stuff from all the shit that they were doing at the time. Because the Chinese government no like. Chinese government no like gay. Yeah, it's not really that. I guess it's not much of a crackpot theory. Kind of just probably just true. Honestly, if I don't know any Black Panther controversies, I might have been out of the loop on that one. What's the Black Panther controversy that I apparently missed? Oh, I drew this wrong. Yeah, it's like this. Other than, you know, the Black Panther movies being bad, what was the controversy? I always find funny when people are like, man, this movie's so much better than, and then they say like a really bad movie, and I'm like, it's not impressive. They cleared the, because someone told me the other day, like, man, Black Panther 2 is so much better than Black Panther 1, and I'm like, that's not a high bar. That's not a really high bar at all, man. You know, it was a complete half. And also, I don't believe that. I didn't watch Black Panther 2, but, like, I've been told what happens in it, and I'm like, there's no way it's good. There's no way it's good. Based, especially online, censorship in China. Well, the first film faced criticism from some viewers over permanent broadcast. It was largely kept out of theaters due to brief scenes. You know what? Disney had balls even putting that in, because they usually cut that out so that they can show it in China. That's actually crazy. Normally they wouldn't even put it in. Man, I've drawn Penny's outfit like 5 times before. I fucking hate drawing this outfit. I don't know, the lines on the fucking lines everywhere just fucking mess with my head, dude. Like, I just can't figure out where to put them and how to do them. I don't know how people do this shit. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, doesn't the fucking evil fucking fascist guy from the first movie come back as a ghost to, like, pep talk the main character in the second one? That's what I was told happens. And I'm like... And, like, they treat him like... Because they can't bring T'Challa because the actor died. So, like, that's why they bring the evil guy from the first movie instead. And it's like... Like, what? Like, why not bring the dad back? Surely the dad actor's still alive. Is he? I don't know. Who played, T'Chaka? That's not his name. That's the guy from Rainbow Six. T'Challa dad. T'Chaka. I was one letter off. T'Chaka. T'Chaka actor. Surely they could have brought back T'Chaka's actor, right? Because, like, yeah, T'Chaka's the siege guy. T'Chaka is the dad of T'Challa. Yeah, he's alive. Why didn't they bring this guy back? They even brought him, he even plays Rafiki in fucking the Lion King live action. They could have brought him back. They're clearly on good relationship with him. Unlike most of their actors where they are in a really bad relationship with them. But, like, yeah. Why bring back the evil guy who wants to kill everyone? And not bring back the dad? Like, wouldn't the dad be better? Like, as a ghost, because they... Regardless, they fucking talk to the ghost. They talk to the ghost of the piece of shit from the first movie. Why don't they talk to the ghost of the dad? Wouldn't that be a better pep talk for the main character? That girl and T'Challa are brother and sister, right? I'm pretty sure that's lore, right? Yeah, it's her dad too. Pretty sure. T'Challa sister. Just double checking. Yes, yeah, they're brother and sister. Yeah, why didn't they bring back the dad? Why'd they bring back the evil guy? No, like, it's not an in-movie question. It's a fucking, like, talking to the director and the writer question. Because there is no reason. Because she apparently does the thing where you can talk to the ghosts of your ancestors. Instead, it talks to her fucking evil, racist, fucking, like, not even related to her evil guy. Instead of T'Challa, which obviously they couldn't do T'Challa because the actor was dead. Is dead, I don't know why I said was. But they could, but the dad was probably available. No, it doesn't make sense. It's because, I guess a lot of people saying that, people did say at the time, before the movie even got announced, that the Killmonger actor, I forgot his name, because I don't know any actors' names, the Killmonger actor was, like, wasted, because he got killed too fast. So I think they were just bringing him back just to get the actor again. But he was evil. He should not be giving a pep talk to the main character. People forget what the plot of that movie was, of the first one. He wanted to wipe out, like, he wanted to wipe out an entire race of people and conquer the world and be the king of the entire world. But, you know, he's hot, so, you know, what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? He's hot. By the way, his motivation was because of the, you know, the slave trade. He was going to kill all white people on the planet. That was his motivation, by the way, if anyone didn't watch that movie. Which is like, it's supposed to be like, oh, he's coming from, like, a good place, but obviously he's going too far. But, you know, killing a bunch of innocent people. But also, like, I don't know. Something that's kind of wrong, like, kind of fucked up, or not fucked up. It's one of the bad pieces of writing with the MCU is they keep at least recently, they kept introducing, like, stuff that fucks with the timeline, but then not accounting for the timeline. You know? Like, not accounting to the changes from our reality. Like, with Wakanda present, why did the African slave trade happen? Wouldn't they have stopped that? You know? They had a magical, like, they clearly had, like, super advanced technology. Why didn't you guys stop that? What were you guys doing during that? Or like, hey, Wakanda, World War I, World War II, you're gonna help out with those? Yeah, the minions were mysteriously gone for World War II. Or not mysteriously, I think they were like frozen or something. Just so they wouldn't have to do that. But like, Wakanda, what were you doing during World War II? Why didn't you help out with that? Would have been nice. It would have been like a good gesture to, you know, do something. Again, that's the problem with introducing things and not in the past. Like, you know, there's a reason why the MCU basically, originally, the MCU was like, other than Captain America, nothing different happened until like 2009. That's why it was like that for a while. Because if you go too far back into the past, you start having to account for fucking history happening. You know, Wakanda could have stopped World War II. Or at least helped. They didn't. They didn't help at all, man. Yeah, I just think it's funny to make a character wanting to get back for the African slave trade, but like, what did his people do about it? Because they probably could have, with how overpowered Wakanda is, they could have stopped it. Just saying, they could have helped. They could have helped, man. They could have helped. It's kind of like how I'm talking when I was watching like Invincible. I'm like, what the fuck was Immortal doing during World War II? You know? Because presumably World War II still happened in the Invincible universe. What was Immortal doing? He got help. You know? Like, you're a superhero, you're immune to like bullets, themes. You gonna lend a hand? When did the... Oh, they've been around for a long time. The Immortal was around since the fucking Celtic Age, which was like a couple hundred BC. And also, the Immortal is canonically Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln was one of his disguises. Was one of his secret identities. Wolverine was, I think. A lot of old comic characters were in World War II. Especially the ones that don't age. Because, you know, every time they have to reboot the world when time passes too far, the Immortal ones usually keep their backstory. Like Wolverine. Because they can just say, oh, he was just immortal, so he didn't, you know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Wolverine was World War II. He helped. Hey, he did help. Thanks, Wolverine. You did more than the Immortal. And the more of the entirety of Wakanda, I guess. Appreciate it. And I'm still hung up on fucking... Dude, a lot of people are fucking... This is my fucking... So a lot of people hate the Immortal from Invincible. But not a lot of people agree with me on this take. Is... the Jim Crow... In the Invincible universe, the Jim Crow era is kind of the Immortal's fault. So here, quick history lesson. Quick history lesson with teacher Zara, right? So the Jim Crow era happened because Abraham Lincoln was assassinated. And the Immortal in the Invincible universe was Abraham Lincoln. And as the name implies, he's immortal. So after being assassinated, yeah, he faked his death after being assassinated. Apparently the attempt was real, but he pretended to actually killed him. But I'm like, bro, there are so many, there's so many, not just presidents, there's so many people who got like shot in that era who are just like got lucky and were like, wow, I'm fine, guys. You could have done that, Immortal. You could have continued being the president, Immortal. You could have gotten back up and been like, oh man, thank goodness my skull is thick and he kind of missed. Thank goodness he didn't put enough gunpowder in that gun. Oh boy, that could have been serious. he could have survived it. He 100% could have pretended to survive that. He 100%. It's low key kind of your fault, Immortal, that all that racism happened. Kind of your fault. Not gonna lie, bro. By the way, that's something that they only tell the viewer. None of the characters know he was Abraham Lincoln. That's a viewer-only thing. He doesn't tell anyone that. And I wonder why he doesn't tell anyone that. Because honestly, if the Immortal was real and he told me he was Abraham Lincoln, I would be mad. I'd be like, you didn't step in for any of that? You didn't help for shit, bro? I would be mad. I mean, what were you doing? Where were you? Where were you, dude? Help! And people are like, oh, it's fine because you get tired of living when you're immortal, so faking your death is fine. But it's like, man, you could have waited till your presidency was done. You didn't have to go get shot halfway through that. You could have gone on after your presidency was over, you could have gotten on a boat and pretended to be lost at sea and die. You know? I don't know. I don't know, I think it's just a mistake saying that the Immortal was Abraham Lincoln. Oh yeah, most of them are pretty bad. I don't like... I'm totally done with basically Spider-Man unless it's Spider-Verse. When's Spider-Verse 3 coming out, bro? I think we still have like a year or two left. We still have a year, dude. I still have to wait a year for Spider-Verse 3. I want Spider-Verse. I've made pictures of Spider-Man. And I'm getting more apathetic about Spider-Verse because one, apparently Spider-Man fans hate the Spider-Verse movies. Fucking crazy, I know. They're psychopaths. Second, yeah, I've mentioned this a few times, but I've been on like the Spider-Man fandom, and it is like a hot take to like Spider-Verse. They hate them. And I'm like, you guys are psychopaths. So first off, Spider-Man fans hate Spider-Verse for some reason. And then the people who like Spider-Verse, I've talked to some of them, they apparently like it for like, I'm gonna say it, the wrong reasons. And three, because of almost every sequel in recent times being dog-ass. I don't know, it's making me scared that Spider-Verse 3 is gonna be bad. It's making me really scared. Sorry, I need to drink water. Because, like, and to make me think that they might pander to these fucking idiots, right? And then if they pander to them, then that's gonna be bad. I'm talking about the musician that kidnapped and killed that girl. I'm talking about that one. Because that was Invincible. He might have worked on Spider-Verse too, but that was Invincible. Spider-Verse is controversy. Unless he also worked on Spider-Verse, I don't know. Spider-Verse's controversy is the actor of Miles Morales is a bit of a creep. That's the Spider-Verse controversy that came out after 2. Huh, did that guy who killed and murdered that woman... What was his name? On. He might have worked on Spider-Verse as well, I'm checking. Invincible song. That one. Oh, yeah, it was Day 4D. Diva. I think that was. That's the guy who killed that girl? Yeah, okay, yeah, that was David. Alright. David Spider-Verse. Did he work on Spider-Verse? Oh, he was working on a song for Spider-Verse 3. So they have to redo whatever song it was. Because obviously they're not going to use that. So no. He was going to be in Spider-Verse 3, which hasn't happened yet. And he's not going to anymore, because he killed a girl. But he was in Invincible. Funny thing is, the song he wrote for Invincible is very kidnap a girl and kill her type shit. So, yeah. I think they took it down. I think they took down the song. I mean, kind of makes sense he killed someone. Oh no, here it is, I found it. I love all the comments on this fucking song. This song is so good, I hope he doesn't do something crazy. Man, I love this song. Hopefully there's nothing in his trunk. Man, the song's so nice. I hope nothing bad happens. Man, this outfit Penny wears is really fucking dependent on her having titties. I'm trying to figure out how this outfit works without fucking tits. Boobies. No, Penny Parker. Dork. You're a dork. By the way, something funny is people are like, wow, Omni-Man's the good guy in this song. Because in the official video, he's dead on the floor, killed by Omni-Man. Omni-Man's the good guy. minor headache from yapping too much. Yeah, chill. Conversation we've been having. What else that song is? Fucking Disney conspiracy theories. Fucking bad movies. That songwriter that killed a guy. Or killed a girl. What a crazy combo. Well, the reason I haven't zoomed out this far to show the head. The reason I have text on the head and I haven't drawn the hair yet is because I'm doing two hairstyles. I'm doing Kiri's actual hairstyle, then a hairstyle that's more closer to Penny. I thought that would be fun. No, I didn't even draw this. No, that sucks. I could have played with you if you wanted me to. I've listened to this song. Let's see, what else do we got on the playlist? Because I need to add more songs to the playlist. The stream playlist. No, you can, you dork. I'll play with you. Just ping me. Just ping me. I need more songs. I'm getting tired of all the songs on this playlist. I need more songs. I need to put more songs in here. It's only 83 songs. Not enough. I'm going into the YouTube My Mix. They're gonna pick me. I was gonna say we shouldn't watch this movie, but we did. We did watch it. The Discord. Alexa, me, I almost forgot that we did watch it. Everything green. And I know each breath means life. For others it's death. Perfectly balanced, perfectly planned. Oh, I've had enough. Like every tree is on its own. Reaching for the sky, I stand alone. By myself, I stand alone. Oh, you can't see part of the shoulder on the ref. Maybe I should draw the shoulder here. very eyes are any closer to not even try. Felt all the pain I had from the lies, but my world is now compromised. Like every tree stands on its own, reaching for the sky, I stand alone. Now, why did this guy sing the song I heard? This movie's so funny to me. It's like, it's bad, but it's a really funny bad. Like, she's just like, you should come with me to help save the world. And he just starts fucking breaking it down. And then immediately after his song about how lonely he is, or how he likes to be alone, immediately after it ends, he goes, alright, I'll come with you. Like, if it was a song where she was, like, convincing him to not be lonely anymore, like, if she was singing in the song too, that would make sense. But, like, that doesn't happen. He just sings a song about how he likes being lonely. And he goes, whatever. Fuck it. Why not? Like, he folded under zero pressure. Actual zero pressure. He was just looking for an excuse to get out of that fucking place. But he wasn't. He didn't want to lose any of his aura. Because if he just said, like, yeah, sure, I'll come with the hot woman, he would have lost all of his aura. I think it's time to draw that here. I'm listening to the love song from the movie now because I wanted to do How is she supposed to describe it to you, buddy, if she closes her eyes, dumbass? Also, how come when the wizard... Not when the wizard... Yeah, he got blinded after being kicked by a horse. Which I'm like, I don't know how that blinds you. I don't know how it blinds you in both eyes, but that's crazy. Why didn't the fucking magic sword cure his blindness? It cured a guy's, like, broken arm and a guy's, like, broken leg. Why didn't it cure his blindness? He's still blind at the end. Like, what the fuck? The fuck magic thing not curing his blindness? I think it's kind of fucked. Why is there a V up here? Oh, that's an L. I'm such a dumbass. I was like, what am I looking at? Movie has such banger music, too. Except for the pop culture reference song that every movie was required to have. I don't know, it wasn't that good. Even though this takes place in the past, we gotta reference fucking Elvis, man. We gotta. It's the rules. Was it straight to video? It might have been. I had it on a VHS. But I didn't watch a lot of movies in theater when I was a baby. Cool. I love El Dorado. I haven't watched it in a while. It does say it has a box office. So that kind of makes me think it wasn't direct to video. El Dorado would be nice. I haven't seen it in a hot minute. The last time I watched El Dorado was in a someone else's watch party, and I joined like 20 minutes late. Not 20 minutes, but they were already at El Dorado. But if I remember correctly, it doesn't actually take them that long to get to El Dorado. So I didn't actually miss that much last time I watched it. They were like right outside El Dorado when I got into the watch party, because I got in late on that one. I think I was napping. I'm pretty sure they get to El Dorado in like 10 minutes, tops. I didn't miss much. I only missed one of the peak jokes. I can't afford to be. Like 20 minutes, alright. Yeah, I need a palate cleanse by watching, like, actually good movies again. My vision's been tainted with too much slop. The movie that Disney wants you to forget, which is why we should watch it. I don't know why they want people to forget it so bad. The funny thing is they want people to forget it so bad, but it was one of the opening attractions for Disney World Tokyo. Fun fact. It's like, you want us to forget it, but you're also gonna fucking sell it to Japan for some reason. One of the opening attractions for Disney World Tokyo when that happened was a Dark Cauldron event where they would scare the shit out of you by being like, they like walk to the little children, they're like, we're gonna kill you, little kid, and the kids would scream, and then one of the kids would be was like, I don't know. I don't know the plot. Fucking Disney World Tokyo. realized I kind of smell. I went to grab my deodorant. My deodorant's almost out. And I know I have like 3 more bars of deodorant somewhere. Just don't know where they are. And I don't want to go buy more deodorant. Because I know I have 3 bars of deodorant. Somewhere. I'll look for it when after stream. I have deodorant somewhere. I just like lifted my arm and I got a whiff of my own armpit and I was like, I don't want to smell that every time I lift my arm today. And I'll fully admit, the reason I smell today is because I just didn't want to shower. I really just did not want to shower. I'm stanky. I was not in the fucking mood. I was like sitting there, I'm like, I should shower, but I really don't have the mental energy to shower. And I'm not going anywhere, so I guess I'll just suffer being stinky. Because remembering, since I really hate showering, like just the act, taking a shower is like a mental debuff, but also being smelly is a mental debuff, so there really is no winning move. But today I decided I'd rather be smelly than be wet. So, I guess I'm smelly. I'm very smelly. I'm real stinky. I took the smell debuff. Like the smell debuff from Xenoblade. I brought it back to Xenoblade, huh? The smell debuff in Xenoblade that makes everyone hate each other. It gives everyone in the party depression. Only like 3 enemies apply the smell debuff, and I hate all of them in that game. They all ruin my day. Xenoblade 1, yeah. It's like in one of the last areas. It's like in the prison. The second time you visit the prison, there's an enemy that gives the smell debuff, and he's so fucking annoying. And I think the big monkey, like the 30-foot tall monkey, I think he farts on you and gives you the smell debuff as well. That's annoying. But the big monkey's supposed to be really hard, so yeah, can't blame him. I need to do another Xenoblade challenge run. And the challenge what I want to do is the anti-social challenge run. I want to see how few people I can talk to beat the game. Monkey. Oh yeah, the monster honey monkey throws poop at you, doesn't he? I should try playing some of the original Monster Hunters. I've only played like 2 Monster Hunters, but from what I've heard, every future Monster Hunter feels like it's the further you go in the Monster Hunter game timeline, the more you feel like a superhero, rather than a guy who could die at any moment fighting monsters. And I kind of like that feeling more. I kind of like the feeling of being just a guy, rather than being the chosen god guy who can slay a dragon by himself. I like that feeling a lot more. Yeah, I played, my first Monster Hunter was Monster Hunter 4. And I gotta say, you were already kind of powerful in Monster Hunter 4. Yeah, Monster Hunter, I played Monster Hunter World for like 2 hours, and it felt way too much like I was a superhero. Yeah, I remember Monster Hunter 1, I think, is for like the PlayStation 2. It was an extremely like experimental game, so I should try doing that. I should play like Monster Hunter 1. game I really want to replay is I want to replay the Dark Cloud games again. And I've already streamed Dark Cloud 1 and 2. I want to stream them again. They were fun. They were a lot of fun. Maybe we could do a challenge run, but maybe I just play them. But since the first one's hard enough. But if I do the second one, I could do a challenge run. But I don't know what challenge run I'd do. Yeah, the first one's old and janky. The second one's a little bit of a grind fest, but overall not too bad. Did I remember drawing the hair thingy? I did not. I forgot to draw the shrimp. I'm just gonna copy the shrimp because they should be the same. Shrimp. Dude, I'm so ahead on art. See, I get so much art done when I do an art stream. It wasn't that bad, I feel, in Dark Cloud 1. And I'll never give up an excuse to insult Breath of the Wild, but worse durability system. Breath of the Wild's way worse. Fucking Dark Cloud is how you do a durability system. I don't know, just the basics of a durability system is that your weapon should be repairable. And I don't know how Nintendo missed that fact. That's the basic. The basics of durability is that you repair the weapons. But Nintendo just forgot that part. Like, even if you break your weapon in Dark Cloud, you still have the weapon. You just have to repair it. Well, no, actually, no, I think higher level weapons perma break, so you do have to look at their durability. But still, you can repair it before then. I think your default weapon doesn't break in Dark Cloud 1. Dude, my friend, you know that friend I keep mentioning? I even mentioned in the Discord yesterday. With really bad, like, movie takes. He was shocked to learn that I don't like Encanto. he was like baffled. He didn't argue with me about it like he normally does, but like he was baffled, and I was like, I thought you wouldn't even have seen it. TBH. Like, I thought he wouldn't even have seen it, so I don't even know why he was baffled that I didn't like it. I like the music. I'll listen to any Encanto song at any moment. That's all the movie really had going for it for me. Encanto feels like it was sanitized too, because there's so much cool shit that people were like, oh, the movie was originally gonna have this. Isn't that awesome? And I'm like, man, I wish that was in the movie. Like, man, it feels like they did plan a lot of really good shit for this movie, but they didn't put any of it in. And what we did get was kind of meh. Also, it's one of the movies that have been happening recently where there's generational trauma, but, like, they don't address it. Like, they're just like, oh, the parent is sorry, I guess, and they promise not to abuse them anymore. I'm like, okay. And like, you need to be more than just, I don't even believe them. Because they're not even that, they don't even look that sorry. And half of the movies that came out around that time that were doing generational trauma stories, when the parents learn that they're evil, they don't even look that sad. They don't even seem that sad that they realize that they're evil. They're just like, okay, now with the power of a song, I won't abuse my kids anymore. And it's like, well, that's not how it works. Good for you, you sung a song, but maybe sing a sadder song or something. Be a little more emotive. Yeah. Yeah, they don't really apologize for anything they did. If anything, Bruno apologizes at the end. But, like, they just say, oh yeah, thanks for apologizing, Bruno. It's like, he wasn't the one who had to apologize. The movie just didn't accomplish what it set out to do at all. And I say, the only movie in recent memory that's done generational trauma good, because I fucking hate people who fucking praise a movie. I've been meaning to. I have not seen Book of Life, but like, so people will just praise movies for having generational trauma, but even if they don't address them well, you know, a movie that addresses that does generational trauma and does it well and addresses it well. Drum roll. Everywhere, Everything, All at Once. Fucking a beautiful movie, basically perfect. I have no flaws with it. Does generational trauma, and I actually believe that the trauma will end. I believe them because they actually put in the effort. You know? And I actually believe that the mother is going to stop being abusive. To be fair, she wasn't that bad. She was like a little bad. But she was like, the mother from Everywhere Everything All at Once is a better person than the grandma from Encanto. But the mother from Everywhere Everything All at Once is more sad about her actions. She actually feels more regret, despite being less of a bad person. So it really makes you think how underreacting the fucking the grandma in Encanto is. Womp. Placeholder color, don't worry about this. Also, another movie that kind of did generational trauma. They didn't address it, but they didn't hand wave it, which I appreciate that they didn't hand wave it. Is K-pop Demon Hunters. It didn't get addressed per se, but they didn't hand wave it, and that's what I appreciate. Because you don't have to address it. You just have to not hand wave it fully. The mother is not redeemed at the end of K-pop Demon Hunters. She's not the main focus of the plot, but she's not redeemed. And that's good. If they redeemed her at the end, I would have been mad. I would have genuinely commented about it. I would have been like, man, good movie, but I don't like that they did this. In fact, if you go to my original review of K-pop Demon Hunters, it literally says... I literally said, I'm so happy that they didn't hand wave it. I was praising it to hell. Yeah, the mother died, and the new mom is the friend and adopted the child. Good for her. Then she did not treat that child quite right. You know, just give your child unending trauma and issues for their whole life. You know, no biggie. That's the only part on this picture that's gonna have skin color. I just realized. She's gonna be fully covered. Oh, I didn't draw the thingies on the thingies. People think it has something to do with the demon thing, and that it might be addressed in that sequel. Yeah, it's not hand waved, but that's the important part. I believe the adoptive mother could change, but she has yet to. And I don't think she killed the mother. I think it has something to do with the demon thing. Because otherwise, why would she raise the daughter? I don't think she'd raise the daughter if she killed her mom. I feel like for it to make sense, I'm not that good at drawing mechs. I'm bad. I think what would make sense is if she died during childbirth and then she only learns that she was a demon, or that she had a demon husband because of Rumi. I think that would make the most sense, because if she knew the demon husband earlier, then I feel like she wouldn't have been that harsh on Rumi, but she was harsh. Coloring time for real this time. Three. Kazubi. Oh, I didn't edit this part. I'm gonna look at the ref closely. I did it on the wrong layer. This is why characters like this only exist in 3D. I only like to draw this bullshit once. Button because I don't know, I included the whole belly button because the suit appears to be so skin tight that you can see belly button. I know I included the whole thing. You know who's a fucking... How come Max from the Goofy movie hasn't returned, like, ever, in any Disney product? Where's he at? Do they just not want to have the implication that Goofy fucked? Like, remember when Goofy was a dad? Why can't he be a dad no more? Goofy hooks. He hasn't been around in like fucking 10 years, man. You know what character's been flanderized over the years? Goofy. The original Goofy, like original Goofy, was meant to be like an everyman type character. You know, he smokes, he drinks beer, he's a fucking American. Right? But he did do slapstick. But then they just like, he should just be slapstick. And then they kind of brought him back with the Goofy movies, making him a dad. But then they're like, nah, we gotta make him a dork again. I like Dad Goofy. Bring back Dad Goofy. I say that's like I watch any Disney products anymore. I really don't. Except for like maybe like... I don't even know, I can't even think of one. Thought I had one. Didn't. Well, my favorite movie is still a Disney movie, I guess. Treasure Planet. Oh, my skip button's working now. Oh, it wasn't working last stream. They made a new Phineas and Ferb? I forgot they were doing that. We do pink like this. Ooh. Combining the hairstyles is fun. No, maybe it would be better to do pink on the bottom. Yeah. What's the last Disney thing I've consumed? Like in seriousness. Spider-Man? I think that's a new thing, because I would say I've rewatched Treasure Planet a billion times. Obviously. That's Spider-Man, like in earnest, like, because I guess technically I watched a few things after Spider-Man that just gave me depression. Because of how bad they were. But like something that's new. In terms of chronological release order, not in terms of my watching order. No, Encanto was before Spider-Man. It was before Spider-Man. I was gonna say, was Encanto? Oh, I didn't color in the star. Dude, I can't wait for the next JJK episode. I keep thinking my favorite scene is gonna be in the next episode, but it's not. It keeps being the next episode. But next episode is 100% when my favorite scene is gonna happen. Dude, Bad Batch episode 1 was so bad it gave me a headache, and then I didn't watch the rest of the show. I can't believe they got, like, more seasons. And I can't believe they wasted time in the final season of Clone Wars just to advertise Bad Batch and bring a character back to life that I liked being dead. Like, Clone Wars wasn't the best show. I'm not gonna stand here and lie to you, like a lot of people will, and say Clone Wars was a perfect, amazing, beautiful show. There's a reason why the Clone Wars fandom has a, like, 20 episodes thing, where there are only 20 episodes you need to watch of Clone Wars. That's because it's the 20 good episodes. If there were more episodes, it wouldn't be the 20 golden episodes of Clone Wars. And even the good episodes have some flaws. But, like, yeah. That character's death is definitely in the 20 good episodes. And I liked him being dead. And also, a show doesn't have to be good for you to like it. You can like a bad show. I like the bad episodes of Clone Wars. I think they're funny. I think they're entertaining. The animation's pretty good. You know, whatever. I like the bad episodes of Clone Wars. I'll stand here and admit to it. Because I have no shame, and I think no one else should have shame in that regard. No, but I did see the Pokemon. I don't care about any fucking Pokemon news, really. Oh yeah, I could not make it through Rebels. Alright, I guess it's shading time. Bleh. Yeah, I finally caught up on my podcast. Or not, I'm not caught up, sorry. I caught up far enough for them to review Shelby Oaks. And I'm like, oh my god, I have to hear this review. I'm not gonna watch it. Out of principle, I'm not gonna watch Shelby Oaks. So I can't wait to hear them review it. They've already said one thing, and they said that they hate it. So that's... Usually it's funnier when they hate something, so yeah. Also, something funny about this podcast is one complaint I hear people have with the podcast is that they're like, oh, they just grift by hating on everything because it makes them the most money and whatnot. Their most like popular videos and their most well-received videos are the ones where they're praising shit. It's when they're like, actually, this game is really good. A really good game. And whatnot. I just find that funny. Because people say that about anyone who has a negative take on anything. Is that, oh, you're just grifting. You're just being negative because being negative always makes more money. And it's like, are we pretending like there's not like a huge industry on YouTube that makes a ton of money of just praising everything no matter what? Like that's a huge market on YouTube. That market makes so much money. You make so much money on YouTube for just liking everything. We're just being, I love the new Pokemon. I don't know anything about the new Pokemon. It's always Pokemon. I love the new Marvel flop. I love it. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, tangent. I can't wait for them. I can't wait to see the rest of it because I haven't watched the review all the way yet. But man, I'm so excited. Their reviews are so good. And also, I was kind of I know this is kind of like bad faith. I know you can say I'm bad faith, but it's not like I'm watching it and reviewing it, right? But I was fingers crossed that Shelby Oaks was gonna be bad. Because I hate the guy making it. Call me petty. Call me petty, because I am. But I was fingers crossed hoping it was going to be bad. Which is why I didn't watch it, because I'm not supporting it, because I don't want to support the creator. I don't like him. Oh, why am I trying to shade the hair? That's on a different layer. The creator is Chris Stuckman. And the reason I hate him is because over time he went from someone with like integrity and being like smart and whatnot to being a fucking like spineless grifter would be the right word. And it's just like, man, everything I respected about this guy, he has stripped away from his personality. Like, it's so much so, like, I think most of his audience hates him. I think that was, like, a thing where, like, most of his audience was like, man, you suck now. Then he announced he was making a movie. And I was like, man, I hope that movie's so bad. Like, you know, it's karma, basically. I hope that movie... Man, I hope that movie's bad. There's not many times where I hope a movie will be bad. I will say, usually I hope most movies are good. Unless... No, I was gonna say, I already said that very few movies I want to be bad. Yeah. Very few movies do I wish are bad. That I wish hatred and darkness upon the world. Shelby Oaks is one of those. I don't even know what it's about. I don't even know, honestly. That's how little I know about it. That's how little I cared until recently. Anyone here seen Shelby? Any 2 people in here? Or anyone in the target audience of 2 people? And I should yap about why I don't like Chris Stuckman. So, he was a movie reviewer. And, you know, he was a very good movie reviewer, too. He'd, like, you know, explain why he doesn't like a movie, why he likes a movie. He'd make jokes. The movie we're just talking about, Shelby Oaks by Chris Stuckman, that I haven't seen and I probably will never see. Anyway, so Chris Stuckman, you know, he used to be like this nice movie reviewer, one of the OGs. And he fucking... So eventually he just changed. He stopped having any emotion in any of his videos. He stopped being, like, nice to good movies and stopped being mean to bad movies, which is what you should do. And, like, it's because he was making a movie, and he's basically, in the bitchest way possible, is, well, I don't want to be mean to movies, because then people might be mean to my movie. And, like, some people said, like, oh, that makes sense. But, like, no, it doesn't make sense. Because do you know who the biggest critics of any art form are? The artists in those art forms. Like, well, yeah, you are a critic. Like, you are a critic. The point is that you critique a movie. If your movie's bad, it deserves to be critiqued. If your movie's good, it deserves to be praised. Who gives a shit, right? He was like, I can't be mean to things, because then what if people are mean to me? I was like, who cares? It's not he wants people to be nice to him or whatever. Because some people are saying it makes sense because whatever. But it's like, no. Some of the best movie makers are mean to bad movies. because they're both confident in their own movies, and also criticism should exist. Fact, it should exist. Who cares? Most people don't let criticism of their art get to them personally. Right? Hi, Mara. But so what it really is if you look closely, you put a magnifying glass up to what he's saying. He's actually saying, please don't criticize my movie. Please give me your money, and please encourage other people to give me money, regardless of how bad it might be. That's basically what he was saying, which is the most spineless bitch thing to do, I feel. Especially after you build up this audience and reputation of basically the opposite. Of you should criticize movies because, yeah, you should criticize art because that's how art gets better. And so he continued to review movies, but his reviews are basically just reading the Wikipedia article of the movie. And he one time got backed into a corner. At one point he said, I'm not gonna review any movie that's bad because he doesn't want to be mean to it. And then you're like, okay, so the implication is every movie you didn't review last year was bad because you only gave positive things. But then the funny thing is, even funnier, is he decided to review Madam Web, which is an infamously horrible movie. And his review of it is so, aggravating to watch. I just want to, smack him during that review. He's like, well, it's obvious that because I'm not going to say the movie's bad, but it is obvious that there were troubles with the actors in this scene. It's like, so you're saying they had bad acting, right? You're saying a criticism, but you're being like a bitch about it. Because he'll do anything but put any blame on the director. Despite the director being completely confident in Madam Web. The director likes Madam Web. Don't say all directors have to say that. There's a degree, there's a range, where yeah, they have to say that the movie is good. There's a range, and it's clear that the director of Madam Web really likes it, truly. That or she's the best actor in the world. best improv actor in the world, if that is somehow a lie. Yeah, every time something was bad in the movie, he'd be like, well, clearly there was studio interference. It's but there wasn't. We know there wasn't studio interference in Madam Web. So you're saying it's bad, basically. Because if you're lying, then technically you're saying it's bad. But he's just being a bitch, trying to he's saying the movie's bad, but in the most bitchy way possible. It's so it's such an awful review. Because he's a little bitch now. And it's well, Chris, if your movie ends up bad, which your movie didn't have a studio, who are you gonna blame? Because apparently Chris is incapable of blaming the people who make the thing. And yeah, studios will butt in and mess things up sometimes. That is true. But studios have also butt in and made things better. That is an undeniable fact. Both of those things have happened. So we can't just say if something bad happens in a movie, then it had to have been the studio. We just, in good faith, we can't say that, If we are being good faith critics, you just can't say that. That everything bad must have been the studio messing things up. Because what if it was the director? What if it was an actor? What if it was the writer? These guys can fuck up. They're humans. Humans aren't going to produce their perfect magnum opus every day of their life. They're going to fuck up. Or they're going to get complacent. Something's going to happen. I've seen good directors produce shit without studio interference. I've seen good directors produce beautiful shit with studio interference. Yeah, unless we know exactly who made what decision, but even then, like, for example, Spider-Man 3, it was the studio's decision to put Venom in Spider-Man 3, and some people are like, oh, so it's the studio's fault that Spider-Man 3 had too many villains and was bad. But no, because Sam Raimi was told, you gotta put Venom in Spider-Man 3 before the movie had even been written. But Raimi really wanted Sandman, so Raimi said, fuck you, I'm gonna put Sandman and Venom in Spider-Man 3. The studio didn't make him put Sandman in the movie. He decided to shove Sandman into the movie and make the movie worse. So you can't blame the studio that Spider-Man 3 was bad. You just can't. Because, yeah, he was forced to put Venom in, but he wasn't forced to do any of the other bad decisions that caused Spider-Man 3 to be bad. So even if a studio butts in, you can't just blame the studio. Because people also have to remember, is being restricted makes creativity truly shine. Sam Raimi was given the restriction of putting Venom in the movie, and he flubbed it. Because the restriction wasn't something crazy. They didn't come in and say, oh, make it so, make it so that fucking, I don't know, make it so that Harry Osborn takes his dick out and pisses on Peter. They didn't say that. They didn't tell him to do something insane. Sometimes it does happen. Sometimes the studio tells you to do something insane, and then you can blame the studio. But there are times where you can blame the studio. It's context. Yeah. Yeah, he was told to put Venom in at basically the beginning of the movie production. So, it's his fault that the movie was bad still. It was Sam Raimi's ego, basically, that made it bad. So, and Sam Raimi's a good director. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying he flubbed it on Spider-Man 3. Even though you could blame the studio, and a lot of people would blame the studio, it really wasn't the studio's fault that time. And this is all a tangent to say, Chris Snuckman sucks because he will blame anything that went wrong. Now he sucks. Is because now he'll blame anything that went wrong in any movie on the studio. That the director can do no wrong. That the writer can do no wrong. And it's just kind of like a pussy take. Just like a pussy take, you know? like directors can fuck up. There are bad directors. There are bad directors that make good movies. There are good directors that make bad movies. Criticism helps the world grow, man. Art gets better when you criticize it. And he used to believe that, but now he doesn't, because he's a wimp. And that's why I'm not a big fan of Chris anymore. And that's why I kind of hoped his movie would suck. Because if his movie sucks, then I can be like, alright, oh, Chris, what studio made you fuck that up? Spoiler alert, his movie is completely indie. He's the studio. He is the studio in question now. Because it really was. It came out like a month ago, I think, the movie. Maybe a little more, a few months ago, like 2 months or 3. Time means nothing. Anyway. So let's see. So basically, all his videos basically became a psyop, and not even as a joke. They became a psyop to basically say if a movie's bad, it's not the director's fault, and that's because he was directing a movie. For like the past 3 years, he tried to convince his fan base that if a movie is bad, don't blame the director, don't blame the writer, so that when he makes a bad movie, people won't blame him for it being bad. Again, it's just a pussy thing to do. Such a bitch move. Most of his fans were against it, though, too. They were like, come on, Chris, your new videos suck ass. Because it's obvious what he's doing. But the people who do defend him, I'm like, if he was a big company and he did this, you would be laughing. You'd be pointing and laughing at the big company. It's not any less pathetic when a normal person does it. You know? It's literally just, his videos literally just became a psyop so that you wouldn't hate his movie. I am tempted to see how well his movie did, though. By like checking the box office. I'm gonna guess not good, because one, it's a YouTuber movie. That's not Markiplier. Oh wait, that's also funny. Because I remember hearing people comment on this, because I had been hearing comments that Shelby Oaks wasn't doing good at the box office. I haven't seen it. I'm not going to see it. I'm gonna watch a review, because I don't care to watch it. I don't want to waste my time or money. But I remember people defending his movie being like, oh, it's a YouTuber movie. Of course it's not going to make money. And then fucking Iron Lung comes out like a month or 2 later and fucking demolishes the box office as a YouTuber movie. So, you kind of got fucked there, dude. I have not seen Iron Lung, but I've known it destroys the box office, so I really want to see it. I do desire. So I paused the music to talk, and now I need music again. Yeah. I don't remember what that rant started as, but that's why I don't like Chris Stuckman. And why I think he's a little bitch. Because you see me standing here right now, you see me doing art, and you still see me criticizing art. Because, Chris, some artists aren't little bitches. My art can be criticized. I fully accept that. And it would be right to criticize it if you feel like criticizing it. If you find problems, if you find praises, they're fine to say. I've tried to color in this hole in his chest. I'll do that in a second. Boop, colored. And again, there are many movie directors that criticize movies. So it's like, really, Chris's only excuse is that he just wanted people to be nicer to him. But like, that's his real motivation. Is that he just wanted his movie to make more money. Really it? he backed up of all his principles, and that sucks, I guess. I thought so. Even if he had like, I don't know. I was gonna say, part of it is also that he just literally just turned on all his principles so that he could make like a 10 more bucks at the box office. I'm like, oh, you have such a strong will to abandon your principles on money. I wonder if it was worth it though, because apparently his movie again didn't do well at the box office. Apparently, from what I'm hearing. Was it worth losing money on your YouTube channel? Because he lost a lot of fans doing what he was doing. So is it worth losing that money to make also not that much money at the box office? Do you think the offset worked, or do you think it was a total negative? Big brain move. I lost twice as much money. I've heard to draw the thumb. Well, the thumb was barely visible anyway, so... There's like a thumb pointing out over here. It's like here. It was barely visible anyway, so it probably doesn't even matter. If you look at my reference, the thumb is like a nub up here. It doesn't really matter. Big brain. I don't even think hating Chris Stuckman's even a hot take. Unless you literally don't know who he is. People who... Again, he did turn like his whole fan base against him, basically. All of that for a drop of cash. What time is it? Is there anything else I can yap about? Yeah, she sucks. She's just overpowered. Power creep moment. Healers are getting buffed next season for sure because they keep doing that. They keep doing the thing where they release an overpowered character and then they buff the healers so that the healers counter the overpowered character. But then because they buffed the healers, then now every character who's not the new character feels really weak, and healers become more and more immortal every season. Like, what Rivals needs? It needs a hard reset where they literally nerf, like, half of the roster. Because the healers being immortal is a huge fucking problem. Like, first off, nerf all the DPS that are overpowered, which is quite a number, and then nerf all the healers so the DPS can actually kill them. Oh, this is coming from a tank player and a healer player. You're just immortal as a healer. I don't really play DPS, like, ever. But as a healer, I'm just literally a god. I'm just immortal. There's no skill anymore. There was skill, but they keep nerfing. What Rebels also keeps doing is they keep nerfing the skill abilities and then buffing the no skill abilities. So it's like, what do we do? What are we doing here, man? Most of the casual players who rely on no skill abilities are leaving the game, because that's just what happens. Over time, the people who don't use skill leave the game because they're just done with the game. They've had their fill. Then what's left are the players who like the skill. Then you should be increasing the skill things. That's funny. Dynamo finally gets a buff after fucking 6, 8 years, and it's when I'm not playing. I cry. I don't know if that's good or bad anymore. I haven't played in forever. I guess it's good for shit like 52 gal. If they made the hitboxes easier. Blech. Wow. Why do they send so fast when you do the redeem, but they don't come that fast when you do my command? I feel like, look, if I do throw 5, if they come slower... Yeah, look, they came like way slower. Maybe I just need to increase the time between the throws. Oh, so I still haven't increased the sound. I've been meaning to. I've been meaning to. I just haven't. Also, I did take a sip. I have to pee. I cannot continue this drawing on a bladder. I'll be back. Almost went to the wrong scene. I'm back. I remember that I have to. That our toilet's being a bit weird, so I had to like do a thing every time I use the bathroom. Here's 50. Yeah, like maybe 50 should take longer to be thrown. I should probably increase the timer of between throws, because obviously if I made it throw it all at once, it would look ugly. So there is a timer I programmed in, where it's like a frame. It'll wait. It'll wait to tick, but I don't remember how long I have a tick set to. Anyway, I should just like double the length. Programming nerd shit, whatever. After I made that Kiri YouTube poop, I really want to make another YouTube poop. That was fun to make. Kiri hasn't given me enough content to make a Kiri one. Go back to the mix, the randomly generated YouTube thing. Because man, I'm honestly getting tired of all 80 of these songs. I don't even use this playlist for stream that often. I need more randomness. No, I think there's 80 songs on that playlist, and I feel like it's the same 30. And I like all the songs. It's just I want a random playlist now. By the way, it's getting repetitive in my mind. It's a good song. ain't that on the other hand. Yeah, it didn't. Looks all shaded to me. I have an idea for a background. I don't think I've ever heard this song from this band. My brain was melting a bit. You can't even see this part. I don't know why I'm adding details to the part you can't see. Excuse me. Art done. I don't know what to do now. Do I raid now? I don't know. Bleh. Oh, no, I'm... Yeah. I haven't shafted Animal Crossing a bit. It's been... Yeah. Maybe I'll start a new game this next week, because I haven't been playing any games recently on stream. Maybe I'll just do more Marvel Rivals, since I haven't done that. What's going on? Who am I supposed to raid if no one's alive? Who am I supposed to raid? Anywhere. I gotta go to the art section. Yeah, there's like no one on art today. Did I miss a holiday or something? Twitch, can you stop making the UI weird? Thank you. Not rating them because I don't think they passed the vibe check. But this person has like way too many goals. Create a film, create a video game, release a song album. And I'm like, God damn it. That's a lot of art to spec into. Those are all very different arts. God damn. How many goals do you have? Like, start with one. Start small, man. You can't have that big of a fucking... You can't have that many goals. Make a small one first and shoot for it. Then go for something bigger. This person's fine. I forgot to make their stream, sorry. We'll have to pass the vibe check. I'm feeling pretty eeps too. That's good. The emote you have to get is 80 points, cheapest I can make it. Wanna raid and pass out. Probably not pass out and probably do something stupid. Who knows? Maybe not a stream tomorrow. Who knows? Probably. I'll see. If I'm free, I'll do it.